ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ká ṣe bí ẹni kú, káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni. Ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn, tẹrú tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni. Ọmọ aráyé abániwọ̀nràn, bá òrí dání wọ́n. Ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀, orí ẹni ní pé kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ, bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe làlà òtọ́ láì bá dé. Tread softly, dákun ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Kíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣé rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà, kò lè rí inú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ̀ máa ráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò jẹ́ àríkùn má ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó, ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá, wọ́n kì í lá jẹ̀jẹ̀. Alámọ̀ a ò mọ̀nú, ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe. Ṣọ́ra, ṣọ́ra. Pọ́sọ̀ fura, pọ́sọ̀ ti jọ́ sí iná. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ilẹ̀kùn bá jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣòwò tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, àgbà tó ti fi tó mọ̀ ńlá yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ikú pàlàmù tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹ lọ́lọ́gbà ògiri. Àmì ìṣẹ̀dá tó wọ́n ti fi gbogbo bàjọ́ra ìmọ́lẹ̀. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́.
Yes, good evening, my people. It's a pleasure to welcome you to another special edition of the Jagba Jantis Show. It's a show where we talk nonsense every Friday from 9 p.m. till when we are done. I'm your regular host, Akin, and it's always a pleasure to have you, my wonderful friends, join me in our usual discussion. ẹ jẹ́ n wá nǹkan sí kíní ó gbẹ díẹ̀. Right. So I greet you especially wherever you are listening from tonight. If it's morning where you are, I say good morning. If it's afternoon, good afternoon. And if it's evening, like where I am, I say good evening to you. It promises to be another enlightening show tonight. Let me see where my people are connecting from. Oh yes, if you are online and watching me tonight, please just say hi and just see me and let me know where you're connecting from, so I can greet you specially. I know I have chronic silent listeners who would not even drop a full stop. I greet you now. Thank you for always coming. And for my regulars who will, drop comments and contribute on the platform, I greet you too. Thank you very much. Yes, my brother is on the show, Samuel Sunday Fagbemi. I greet you, my brother, especially. How are you doing? Hope you've had a fantastic week and day. Thank you for connecting tonight. Intro to this music. There's Opele. Yeah, it's available on YouTube. It's a song I wrote few years ago. But whatever we do, we try to do things that time cannot kill. Àwọn nǹkan tí ìgbà ò lè pa la máa ń gbìyànjú láti ṣe. And that's why it often takes us time to come up with stuff, because we have to think very deep. So it's on YouTube. You can get it on YouTube. Just type Esopele Akinvogue. It will come up. Yes. Yeah, my sister Quintemi Topeoluwa, you're connecting from Lagos. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. You are also becoming a regular on the show. Thank you very much. It's 9:08 p.m. in Nigeria. Yeah, at the moment we share the same time with you guys in Nigeria at the moment. So yay, my sweetest mama. Mukinyo Olariwaju Fatoba. I know I'm the only one that can make you to cancel your date. Thank you for connecting tonight. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you very much. Right, guys, as you're coming in, please help me share this show on your platforms. You can share it on whatever platforms that you have, friends, and you can tag someone that would benefit from a discussion like this. Just try and spread the word. You never know the good you'll be doing. I'll tell you something funny. This afternoon, I happened to watch a show on Hamzat Oriyomi's platform, and I was so grieved in my spirit with what I watched in that show, and I decided to share it. And guess what? After I shared it didn't take like 2 or 3 hours before I got one of my big bros contacted me inbox and said he would need the number of Oriyomi if I can get it, and that he can help out the man in question. And before you know it, he made calls, and already the matter is being attended to. by Monday now, I think something should be done on the case. So you never know um, whose life you'll be saving by just putting the word out there. Ayé ti súnmọ́ra wọn ju bá a ṣe rò lọ. And there's this rule, I've forgotten the name of the rule. You're just 6 people away from um, the highest ranking person you can think of. You're just six people away from such person, because you know someone that knows someone that knows someone. So just putting down my platform brought a solution. And that also the importance of having quality people around you. Be intentional about people you surround yourself with. Make sure there are people that are solutions, not problems. If you run into trouble and you bring out your phone, do you have contact on your phone that maybe 1 or 2 phone calls away will bring you out of that situation? Ojú máa ń ti owó ń gbà mí o. Everything is not about money. Sometimes it's about people who can speak for you. It's about access. People who have access. So, this is not the purpose of the show, but kò síbi tá a ti lè kọ́gbọ́n. So it's important that you have right people around you. It's important that you surround yourself with quality circle. It's not how many people you have, it's the quality of the people you have. Yes, I get through my brother Toluwalashe Waterton. Thank you for joining tonight. That's another regular member of this platform. And my justice Fumi Alayo. Yawolowo Shibini. How you doing, my sister? Boom, 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 con. Law. Thank you for connecting tonight. It's a pleasure to always have you on the show. Right. What do we have for tonight? As you all know, this platform is aimed at making us to view things differently. What I try to do on this platform is to attempt to make you look somewhere else, to change your focus, to look at things differently. It's an attempt to, unsettle your mindset, make you think, to make you, to shake the core of your beliefs, to make you, question things. I don't aim to change people. I don't have that power. So I understand and I respect the limit of my competence, and I wouldn't want anyone to push me beyond that. But what I can do is to unsettle your mindset, is to create reactions within you. Once I can do that, my job is done. I leave you to the rest, because I know you will never remain the same. And we're going to be doing, the same thing again tonight. The topic we'll be looking at, it's a common topic to every single person on earth, but I realized lately that maybe we have demonized this particular emotion, and the view we have about it is that it's bad, it's negative. You know, how, how about we look at it differently? And tonight I'll just be sharing with you what you know I've come across, and which I have also been putting into use myself. I'm still new, in the use of what I will be sharing with you tonight. Say about a year ago, that's when I started putting it into use actively. So kò tí ì dán lọ́wọ́ tèmi náà dáadáa, but so far so good. I know it works. It works. I only need to perfect the art. Mo kí ẹ ọmọ ìyá mi ẹ̀bùn kí wá pa. How you doing? Ẹ kú àtàárọ̀ o. Ilé àti everybody ńkọ́. Thank you for joining tonight. Yes, my brother, my G, àwọn èèyàn mi, my brother Christopher Osereme. Thank you for connecting tonight, sir. How you doing? It's a pleasure to have you, and I'm so happy that you are gradually becoming a regular on the show. It shows that we're doing something of value, because I know people like you never hang around where they're just doing mess. So I really, really appreciate your presence tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. Right, so let's go into tonight's discussion. Anger. And I liken it to be a wise friend. And how is it so? And this is what we will be breaking down together tonight. I hope all of us can relate to events where we've been hurt. And inside us, there's like a battle going on. We're boiling. We feel like we want to explode. But we're suppressing that feeling. We wear a fake smile and just pretend that everything is okay. But mentally, we're gone. Your mind is telling you to have a go and destroy things and break things, and but somehow you're not following that impulse. We've been like this from childhood, and as adults, we still carry on doing this. And over time, when this is sustained, it gets to a time that we can't hold it anymore, and then we explode, and we explode big time, and things are destroyed, relationships are broken, and they are broken in such a way that you can't mend it. It happened within siblings, friends, work, couples, partners. It's a social thing. And as such, we have attached a negative connotation to that emotional expression, anger. So But one of the misconceptions that I want to correct tonight is that we are mistaking this for rage. We are mistaking anger for rage. And as we proceed, I'm going to break everything down, and we will get to where I want us to get to. I just want you to follow me with an open mind and just listen to my ramblings, to my nonsense. So we want to weave sense now into what we have taken to be a norm. So we want to spin some sense into it. That's why I say on this platform we talk nonsense. Right. So again, let's go back to the beginning. Let's look at what is the meaning of anger. What are the various types of anger that exist? I want to build it from that end and go on to discuss the wisdom that I have found in anger. So, anger is simply, an emotional expression. It's a strong feeling of displeasure, annoyance, provocation. It's a feeling you have when your rights are being trampled upon. It's a feeling you have when your space is being encroached upon. It's a feeling you have when you're being denied something that you're entitled to. Simply, it's an emotion you display when you have any of this type of situation, when you find yourself in any of this type of situation. And then there are like 3 to 4 types of anger or categories of anger. The first one is justifiable anger. This is the one you have when you when you come across moral issues, moral injustice in around you. When you see that maybe people are being unjustly oppressed, or people are, you see cruelty around you to people, you see injustice around you. The kind of anger you feel in these circumstances is what is called justifiable anger. And the second one is annoyance anger. This is the most common form of anger you can find around. We all go through this every day, especially àwọn tó wà lÉkòó yẹn. They are always angry, and it's this form of anger no man come across you, especially in the traffic in the morning, and their daily struggles and frustration that they come across. So this relates to everything around you that just frustrates you. So And we all face this every day, every single day. We come across, someone that will just annoy us, things that will just frustrate us. So that is the kind of anger that you feel in that aspect. Also, we have the aggressive anger. This is the one you feel when um, people are trying to bully you, when people are trying to manipulate you, when people are using maybe their position or their power to oppress you. Someone trying to exert their dominance on you, and saying you don't have a say, trying to control you. This is the kind of anger you feel, the aggressive anger. You are trying to fight um, someone or something more powerful than you. And then the last one is the temper anger, or temper tantrums. This one, it's something we built up from young. Not everybody, so this is not common with everyone. If you notice, àwọn ọmọ kan wà láti kékeré, wọ́n máa ń sunkún gba nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ ni. If they want anything, they will be scattering things, wọ́n máa yíra mọ́lẹ̀, wọ́n máa pariwo, until you give them that thing. Tẹ́ bá ti fi kíní ẹ̀ kọ́ ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, tó bá dàgbà, irú ayé tó máa gbé náà nìyẹn. Then you've come across people who would throw tantrums when they can't have their way, when you can't get what they want, when you can't tell them what they want to hear. It's their way or no way. What they express is what you call temper tantrums. And this is, something they built up from childhood. One, training one wípé, look, you can't have everything in life. Tó bá lo fẹ́ lè, tó bá ti ní no, you are not having it. No, náà ni. But àwọn òbí mi ti bà ọmọ jẹ́ láti ilẹ̀. So tó bá ti sunkún tó ti bà nǹkan jẹ́ tó ti ṣe bá gangan, wọ́n wá fún gbà ṣáàdẹ̀ ń dákẹ́ gbà kò fi mí lẹ̀. When you keep doing that, you're building terrible adult, because they will grow old to have that sense of entitlement to everything. And when they don't have their way, it's big problem to people who are around them. So that is another type of anger there. Those are the four types of anger I can, lay my hands on. So having, built things up to this point, which I know almost everyone listening to me tonight can relate to. Now let's move proper into the discussion of today. I said earlier that anger I liken it to a misunderstood emotion. And I mean, until I figured this out, I used to believe, that anger is bad, it's negative, But the first problem we have is that we confuse anger with rage. And they're two different things. And probably this is why we view anger in a negative term. and we have not been using it correctly. Like I said in my, caption for the show, anger can be good. It can bring about a lot of good to an individual in its raw form. And if it's not backed up by ego, in its true state, anger is positive. And we will look at this together. Now, anger, I would liken it to be like, when you have a car and you have the dashboard with all their, warning lights and everything. When you have a light pop up on your dashboard, that light would, have an icon that suggests what the warning is about. So probably it's oil. You will see the oil icon come up with a red light. What that warning sign is telling you is that there is an issue that needs your attention. You need to fix it. If you ignore it, it doesn't take that problem away. You might decide to reset whatever, settings you have on the phone that would, shut down that light. It doesn't fix the problem you have with the engine. And so it is with anger. Anger is that warning sign. When we have that emotional feeling, and we are filled with, hurt within us, it's anger telling you that there is an issue and you need to get it fixed. What we'll do is we suppress it. We ignore it like we do to the warning lights in our car. And there are reasons why we do this, because probably that's not the way to have alafia, because there won't be alafia. Within you, there's no alafia. But externally, you're thinking, if I don't talk, if I just keep quiet, alafia mawa. No, but inside you, there's no alafia. Sometimes we feel, the person we are dragging issue with is somebody close to us, somebody you respect. So you don't just, you don't want to upset them. You don't want to say things that would, bring bad blood and everything. So you keep quiet. But problem shimawa, because you are suppressing that feeling, you're ignoring it, you're not fixing the issue. So over time, when this is sustained, keep boiling up, keep bottling things up, keep suppressing these feelings, keep ignoring them, keep just, smiling and faking peace when there is no peace. One day, you will have enough. And then you will explode. When you explode, the kind of expression you display when you explode is what is called rage. This is what we often see and we term as anger. No. Anger ti ṣiṣẹ́ tiẹ̀. Anger ti pàkíyèsí ẹ̀ sí wípé you are not happy about something. rather than you take a step to address that issue, you suppress it. And when you do that multiple times, you're building up pressure. And it will get to a time that you will explode. The kind of expression that you display at this time of explosion is what is called rage. And that is the negative form of anger. This is when you are not able to handle your feelings in a proper way. Anger on its own is not bad, because anger calls your attention to something. It tells you something that you are not happy about. It tells you where your right is being trampled upon. It tells you where you are being, disregarded or not respected. And it's telling you to fix it. When you choose to ignore it and you bottle it up because you want peace, in quotes, to reign, and you don't want trouble, and you just want to be, you've not resolved that issue. Over time, this will build up, and then you will explode. You explode in rage. And at this point, it's destructive. You are in a destructive mode. The relationship you've been saying you don't want it to spoil, the peace you've been saying you are trying to create, everything will scatter. Everything will be destroyed. So this is the one we all see and say, only anger problem. Because we confuse anger and rage. And we've given anger that bad name. Angelo ṣe nǹkan pẹ̀lú anger, jẹ́ ṣe nǹkan pẹ̀lú temper, gbogbo nǹkan lákàn dojú gbogbo ẹ̀ pọ̀, akàn mix gbogbo ẹ̀ pọ̀ mọ́ra wọn. But what we're trying to do tonight is trying to affect your gbogbo ẹ̀ and give, the proper label on each of these things. Also, suppressing or ignoring your anger, which is a warning now, will lead to a build-up that will result into hate. And that is why you see people today becomes enemies. Àwọn tó ti ń ṣe pọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀, wọ́n á kàn dé level kan tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ ríra wọn mọ́ sójú face to face. That is because you have failed to listen to that your wise friend, anger, that is telling you, fix this. Fix this. You've been avoiding it, you've been, ignoring it, you've been suppressing it, feeling that it doesn't matter and things like that. Over time, it will get to a point where you can't take it anymore. And when somebody keeps doing what you don't like to you over and over and over again, and you keep suppressing that feeling instead of dealing with it, what you will be doing, or what it will be resulting to, is that you will be building hate towards that person. You want to see less and less of that person. And it will come to a point that you don't even want to see that person anymore. That person becomes your ex-friend, ex-partner. It becomes your enemy. It becomes somebody that you don't want to deal with anymore. bá rí bí kó kú ni, tó bá rí nǹkan bí kó bàjẹ́ ni, tó bá rí tó ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa gan, wàá lọ bẹ̀ lọ bá ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ jẹ́ ni, wàá lọ bàjẹ́ ń bẹ̀, wàá lọ dá nǹkan rú. This is because you have not heeded the warning of anger, and it has built up hate. What anger does when you listen to it is that it addresses issues. It doesn't attack personalities. So when somebody has done something that you don't like to, because what anger does is it warns you, or it raises your awareness to the fact that, oh, your right is being trampled upon, your space is being encroached on, you're being disrespected, and it's telling you to trace the cause of that thing and deal with it. So in dealing with it, you don't go into rage. You don't just talk anyhow. You don't attack personalities. You focus on what the issue is. You don't go out judging the other person. You don't go out to, to condemn, to bring down or malign and things like that. No, you're just focused on what the issue is and how you want to have your rights back, how you want to be treated well. It's you opening your mouth to say, this is what I want. Téèyàn bá fẹ́ ṣe orí burúkú as a delicacy, as a dish, mo mọ̀ pé àwọn kúkú náà wà ní orí program wọ́n ń gbọ́ mi. One of the key ingredients téèyàn máa lò láti fi ṣe ọbẹ̀ orí burúkú òun ni closed mouth. Wọ́n ní àìlè sọ̀rọ̀ ara àwọn ingredient orí ibu ni. So when you close your mouth and expecting that people would know what you want, then you're just hurting yourself. And if this is sustained and you don't get the kind of reaction you want from them, you build hatred towards that person. And when you hate somebody, you want them destroyed. And the day you will explode in rage, and nothing in front of you will stand anymore. I used to be in this category. When I'm angry, I don't want to talk. I don't want to discuss it. I get angry with myself. I sit down and I'm angry with myself rather than fixing the situation. But over time, this will make me to, like the person less and less and less and less. I'm sort of disconnecting emotionally from them. And the day I will explode, àti ẹ̀ní rí nǹkan kan yanjú, gbogbo ẹ̀ kàn máa fọ́jú pọ̀. So when I started working on this, then I didn't have this understanding, or I didn't have this knowledge I'm sharing with you tonight. The only way I learned to deal with my anger was to just let things just slide. Just let things slide. Or sometimes I even help other people to find reasons or excuse why they have done what they've done to me. I try to justify their action towards me. And the more this continues, the bitter I become. Now, something happened to me a few years back. I did some job for somebody, and you know, they refused to pay me. It was an agreement. I've done my own, side of things, and I was expecting the other person to fulfill their own side of the agreement. I was expecting, because I thought, yes, we had an understanding. Okay, ó ti gbaṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ mi, ó ti wà okay. Now you do your part. And the person wasn't forthcoming. So I was having a discussion with another person I respect so much. That man has saved me several times. In critical moment that I would have, done something terrible. So in this moment, he will just show up and we'll talk, and he will say the right word that will just pull me out of trouble. So on this occasion, we're just talking, and he asked about and I told him blah blah blah, blah. And I said, no, but any here beat me. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Come by, kò sanwó mi náà ọmọkàn rẹ̀. Ẹ̀sẹ̀ ṣe o ti bí mo sọ pé ṣé kí n tún lọ máa sin owó ni, ó yẹ kó mọ nǹkan tó yẹ kó ń ṣe. And then the person said, Ṣẹ́gun. Anytime he calls me Ṣẹ́gun before he start talking, etí mi, mo mọ̀ pé mo fẹ́ gbọ́ gudugbẹ ọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn. Mo mọ̀ pé kìkì ọ̀rọ̀ fẹ́ jáde. And antenna etí mi ó máa nà lẹ̀ báyìí, because mo ń láti wà receptive. And then he said to me, Ṣẹ́gun, that you know what to do and you do what is right does not mean everybody else will do the same. So apart from you, there are two other categories of people out there. One, the ones that don't know right from wrong. Wọn mọ̀ láì dáa ni wọn ṣe. They don't just know. And then the third category is the one that knows the right thing but won't do it. So ìwọ mọ nǹkan tó tọ́ tó yẹ ó dẹ̀ ń ṣe. Àwọn kan wà wọn mọ nǹkan tó tọ́. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ wà wọn mọ nǹkan tó tọ́ bọ̀ wọn ò ní ṣe. So he said, it is you that will determine or decide what you want. It is you that will tell them how you want to be treated. It is you that would open your mouth and ask how you want to be treated. It is you that would demand what you want. So waiting on them to do what is right and thinking they know or thinking they will do it, you will wait forever and you will be hurting yourself. And you'll be building hatred towards this person. So what you need to do is to go out there and demand how you want to be treated. Go out there and demand what you deserve. Go out there and ask for what is yours. Put the rule there. This is how you should treat me. They can treat other people anyhow they like, but when they come to your doorstep, they must comply. Don't expect that they know what to do. It is you that will set the mark. It is you that will set the rule. It is you that will control your side of things. So, remember, I was just coming from a point where I just let things slide. Now I'm hearing this, this Rema that is pushing me out there to go and talk. I didn't have that boldness. I didn't have that courage. I'm still that peaceful, loving guy. I only express rage after I think about it to Juruton. But now I'm learning how to do things differently. So what I did was to pick up my phone and I sent a text message, a very lengthy text message. And when it comes to kákó àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, mo máa ń gbé kalẹ̀. So I wrote, I poured out my mind. I picked my words, very carefully. I wasn't rude, but I was very assertive. And I focused on the issue and everything like that. And I sent it to the person. Because if not that this person intervened and, pushed me to do that, ọ̀tọ̀ ni nǹkan tí mò ń gbèrò àti ṣe, and that wouldn't even bring solution. I can worsen situation wa ni. And if there's anything you must do in life, if you have issues with people, never destroy relationship. Kò sí bí ẹ ṣe ní disagreement tó. Focus on the disagreement. Never ever destroy relationship, because you never know where and when you will need the other person again. Deal with issues, stick to the issues, resolve things, shake hands, move on, but never attack personalities or destroy relationship. I try to do that. It's hard, but it's something you have to learn how to do. So I sent the text message, and like a trick, it worked. My money was paid in full with apology. Okay. So ẹni yìí, ìtẹ̀yàn máa ṣe fún lélẹ̀. So tó bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ gbá lórí, kò ní ṣe tó tọ́ àbí kò ṣe tó yẹ. Okay, no problem. So I did that. And since then, I've been using, my phone to express my anger, to resolve issues, not to let them slide. So it's only recently, a year ago, thereabout, that I've moved, a step further into now opening my mouth to talk. And before I could get to this point, I need to fix my head. I need to know how to bring my emotions under control. Because sometimes you will be talking to people, genuinely trying to deal with issues, but the vibe you'll be getting back from them will be so irritating that if you don't put your emotions under strict control, they will push you into rage. Because what they will be saying back, how they will be deflecting things, how they will be, manipulating you, how they will be arguing out of point and everything like that, can make you lose your mind. So you have to learn this art of focusing on the issue, regardless of words they say back to you, how they try to manipulate you, twist you, play mind games with you and things like that. You don't budge. You focus on what the issue is. You stay on point, you stay on course, and then empty your mind and let it be clear what you want and what your aim is. and let them know that you're not dealing with personalities now, you're dealing with issues. Suppressing anger never makes it go away. It will lie deep inside there. And anytime you've had enough, you will erupt violently in rage. This is what we display, and people say only anger issue. No, that is not anger, that is rage. That is warnings that you've ignored over time. That is anger that you bottled up for so long. That is anger that you've suppressed for so long. But anger can be very kind, it can be very gentle, because it warns you. It alerts you to, what you are not happy about. The dark side of it is rage. And this is the one that we've bottled up, and we've allowed to ferment into a violent form of emotion. So we should not confuse the two. Rage is unhealthy, it's perverted expression of anger. But anger itself, it's kind, it's wise, it's gentle. It warns you that something is wrong. Fix it with this person. You are not happy with this. So choose the right moment to talk about it. Rehearse things very well in your mind so you know how to put your words. Put your emotions under control so that you don't misrepresent yourself. When you're dealing with, these issues that anger has warned you about, don't go attacking the persons. Don't go attacking the personality of that other person. Just focus on what the issue is, how they have wronged you. And just, communicate what you want them to do differently, what you want them to change. Let them know you're not happy with this, I'm not happy with that. And this is what I want. This is how I want you to do it. With that, you don't let this anger ferment to a point where you're just waiting to hurt them back. Tit for tat la máa fi ṣe ń gbà yẹn. No, ìyẹn ti bọ́ sódì. Adìẹ dà mí lóògùn ló máa fọ́ lẹ́yìn. Ìyẹn ò ń ṣe anger mọ́. Ó ti wà toxic. Ìyẹn ti wà unhealthy. And when that happens, kò sí ni ẹ méjèèjì ẹ máa dọ̀tá ara yín. Ẹ máa wá ìṣubú ara yín. Ẹ máa wá bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa bayé ara yín jẹ́. And when we look at this in reality, it's just because we've allowed things to lie for a very long time. What you want build up, what you build up. What you want dogun. So there's no way here that I've suggested that you should tolerate bad behavior. No, because even anger doesn't want you to. That's why it wants you. That's why that emotion is going through your mind. But what it doesn't want you to do is to not do something about it. Because that is when you are building trouble. So when anger, your wise friend, is pointing out certain things that you are not happy about, what it's doing is helping you um to achieve peace. You are trying to suppress anger because you want to achieve peace, but your wise friend is telling you, no, that's not the way to do it. It should be the other way around. What you should do is to deal with this issue now and have greater joy and peace and freedom by keeping quiet and not dealing with this issue I'm telling you or warning you about now. You won't have peace. And then what anger also will help you to do, or what it teaches you to do, is don't go approaching this person in a violent manner. You have to carefully express yourself. Even though they might twist things, and because you deal with all kinds of people that are manipulative, narcissists, people that are controlling, people that are just naturally wicked. You come across all kinds of people. And while you are trying to, communicate to them, and they're coming up with vibe that wants to just make you go mad, you must train yourself to the point where you don't lose your emotion, where you don't, let the dark side of anger show itself, which is rage, because at that moment, nothing gets done. All you are after is that you want your needs to be met. So to do this, you just need to deal with issues promptly as anger wants you, and deal with them not in a violent manner, not in a judgmental manner, not in attacking personality, but focusing on what the issue is. You have to be firm and assertive in mentioning what the issues are. The issues you're dealing with the other person. And don't compare yourself with other people, because sometimes, maybe I should have mentioned this earlier, we sometimes think, ó ṣe jẹ́ mi ni kíní ìbí nínú tí ẹni yìí kò tiẹ̀ ń bí nínú, kò ń bí nínú, èmi ló ṣe bí nínú. No, don't think like that. You must understand that we're different people. And like every other form of emotions, they're not static, they change. So what will get you angry might not get the other person angry, because we're different individuals. So you should focus on yourself and recognize what your own, emotional feeling is telling you. Not trying to suppress it by justifying um, how the other person feels. No, you are just different. Nǹkan mi máa wà tí ẹni tí bí ẹ náà máa bínú sí tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n lè má react sí. O kàn tí ì mọ̀ ni. So you should focus on yourself. And that's why your kind of anger, which is, your emotional feeling, recognizes when your needs or your right or your wants are being threatened or trampled upon or violated. And before you go crazy, the anger is telling you, my friend, do something about it. Discuss it. Protect yourself. Gain back your control. Set boundaries. Lay down rules. Lay down markers before things get out of hand. Don't ignore this. Don't just walk away because the problem persists. They will still do it again. Nip it in the bud now. Don't justify their action. Don't condone their bad behavior. Deal with it. Fix it up. Because if this is sustained, it will bring out the worst in you. That is what anger does. And this is the shift in perspective that I want us to have. Anger is not negative. Anger is not bad. When left untreated, when ignored, when suppressed, is when it develops into the violent form, which is rage. And then you destroy things and you hate on the other person. Platform to come. Sorry for comment. Let me just quickly go through a few of the comments I have here and then try to respond. I greet people who joined later when I wasn't concentrating. I greet you, my sister Mojisola Lade Adegboyega. Thank you for connecting tonight. Yes, my sister says, spoil people throw tantrums. It's immature anger. Yes, and you find this type of anger from people who would want to have their way regardless, and this is something that it's been with them since childhood. Wọ́n ti bà wọ́n jẹ́, gbogbo ohun tán bá fẹ́ ni wọ́n get. They only want to hear their voice back. They only want to hear people tell them, only things that they want to hear. And, what they want is what they want. And when they don't get it, they go into a rage. I agree to my brother, Oluwatosin Jodeshi. Thank you for joining. Yeah, Baba Taiwo, Shewa Pao. Bold evangelism ni Jeri Okan. Thank you for connecting tonight, my brother. My brother said tantrums are like low self-esteem. People at old age, they do not have that confidence of getting what they want. Yes. But money dani bani lagbalagba. Kékeré ló ti ń bani lọ. So it's not at adulthood that people become this or develop this kind of anger. It's been with them since childhood, and since they've been having their way since that age, they grow up to become, they grow up with that mindset that I will have whatever I want. So if you're dealing with people like that, you don't go crazy the way they do. You just have to, understand the kind of anger they're expressing, and then let them know where you stand. Be assertive. You can't always have your way. You can do that with everybody, but not me. But the moment you just succumb and you give them, kó gbẹ́nu ẹ̀ dákẹ́, gbogbo bí ló tún máa dàrú nísìnyí, ṣáàjà fún. No, they will never stop. So at what point or at what time or at what stage do you want to stop giving? Bó dẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe fún wọn yẹn kò tẹ́ ẹ lọ́rùn, inú ń bí ẹ. Wọ́n ní wáyé ó dẹ̀ má gbà fún mọ́. Wà ní mi ní choice. No, you have a choice. And that's a choice you made. Ètò ṣe yẹn choice kan náà ló make yẹn. You have a choice to talk things through, to discuss with the person, to let them know, Ọ̀gá, kò lè work o. Pẹ̀lú mi kò lè work, because mi ò lè máa condone irú nǹkan báyìí. But the moment tó kàn ṣáà ń ṣe tí wọ́n wá get angry, tínú ń bí ẹ, ọjọ́ kan máa wà jẹ́ pé ẹ méjèèjì máa bá ayé ara yín jẹ́ gan. Because you will have had enough. But o lè kọ kíní yẹn jọ́ kan. Ẹ pé tó bá ń throw gbogbo tantrums ẹ̀, he will do it with other people. Tó bá ti dọ́dọ̀ tiẹ̀, ó mọ̀ pé lè ò ní gbà fóun. They recognize. Ìfọ̀ ẹ̀wà ọmọ kéékèèké yẹn gbà mí. Uncle kan máa wà tó jẹ́ pé tó bá ti ń ṣe wèrè, tó bá ti sọ pé uncle báyìí dé báyìí, wàláì tàláì, uncle yẹn bá sọ pé no, you are not having it. Ó tán nìyẹn. Á dákẹ́ ni. Wọ́n ní wọ́n ṣe máa ń sọ wípé àgbà tí ò kẹhùn sọ̀rọ̀ á kẹtan sáré. You have to be able to put your foot down. Not minding who the person is, because gbàmọ́ àti ọ̀pá àbúrò mi ni, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ni, ọkọ mi ni, ìyàwó mi ni, àwọn òbí mi ni. But you can't just let them keep having their way at your own expense, at the expense of your own peace and happiness. You have to put a stop to it. They can try with other people, but with you, say no. Go work in Bimo. My sister said anger is multifaceted. It could be negative and positive. One can fly into a constructive rage. If you don't mind, Eba mi ṣàlàyé. Well, I think you made this comment before, àṣì aṣọ lójú eégún normally. So probably nǹkan tí mo ṣàlàyé náà lẹ pàpà sọ. Maybe that is what you mean by constructive rage or anything. But tó bá yẹ kó yàtọ̀ sí nǹkan tí mo ti sọ so far, please help me put the comment again and explain what you actually mean. Probably we can also all learn from this. So ẹ bá mi ṣe àlàyé nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ sọ yẹn tó bá jẹ́ pé ó yàtọ̀ sí nǹkan tí mo ti pàpà sọ. And please let me know, because I know you make this comment before I got into my explanation and all that. So tó bá rí bákan náà, just let me know. Tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ó ṣì yàtọ̀, then please help me put what you actually mean in the comment again, so that we can all benefit from what you are talking about. Right. So what is the next comment? Then she also said, keeping quiet, letting go, being a bigger person will never solve any issue. It builds up to an explosive point. Yes, absolutely. And this is what um, we've said in the discussion. This is what happened when we don't deal with issues, when we ignore the warning that anger um, is calling our attention to. We let things build up to a point where we, fly into a rage. This is what people see, and then they say, uh, uh, only anger problem. No, that's not anger. That is a rage. That is anger that you have allowed to ferment. There are so many angry people in the world. We have been conditioned not to, rant, vent, or voice displeasure. When we fail to attack issues, we transfer the attack to another person. Yes. So this is it's true. This is a form of conditioning from when we were young. Our first saw go Benedake, you know. So ọmọdé ò báyìí pé wọ́n rẹ́ mi jẹ ni now. Èmi kọ́ mo ṣe kinní yẹn now. Ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀jẹ̀ ń ṣàlàyé àwọn dákẹ́. So over time, we've been conditioned to just, if I ever know family mi tán bá fẹ́ parí ìjà, bàbá yẹn á kàn jókòó ni, ọkọ ló ṣe ìyàwó, wọ́n á kàn ní àti gbọ́, ó yá ìyàwó kúnlẹ̀ kó wá bẹ̀ ọkọ ẹ̀, kẹ fara yín mọ́ra, kẹ wọlé, kẹ parí ẹ̀ síbẹ̀. Parí ẹ̀ síbẹ̀ báwo? Gbogbo nǹkan tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀ tí ẹ̀ gbọ́ láti sáìdì mi. Ọkọ ló lórí aya, kìíní kan ó yẹ parí ẹ̀ síbẹ̀, ó yá kúnlẹ̀ kó bẹ̀ ọkọ ẹ̀. Such a wife will be filled up with, with hurt. Ó dẹ̀ máa pile up gbogbo kìíní ẹ̀ sínú. Gbogbo àwọn àgbààgbà tó jókòó tó make decision yẹn ló máa dì sínú. Ọkọ yẹn gan náà ó dì sínú. If a thing like this is sustained on one or two more occasions, ọjọ́ táwọn àgbààgbà yẹn bá jókòó tó bá pè báyìí, ọjọ́ yẹn ló máa kiri ìpọ̀nrípọ̀n gbá ìyá láyà ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan nu wọn fún wọn. At that moment, apá gbogbo wọn máa jábọ́ ní pé Jídé ìyàwó ẹ̀ mú nǹkan, ó dẹ̀ lọ́mọ yìí mú gbó, ó ní kì í mú codeine, ṣáà náà ló ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́yẹn. That is because ó ti dé point kan tó ti gbà sódì. So this is a form of conditioning that I want us to, break away from. So many things we are tackling on these platforms are conditionings. Falsehood that we've lived with for so long, tí ò dẹ̀ gbé wa débi kankan, tá a dẹ̀ mọ̀dí tí ọ̀rọ̀ wa fi ń lọ́jú. Àwọn nǹkan tá à ń ṣí nínú bí nìyẹn. We are trying to lighten our baggage. Àti wúwo jù. A lot of things la gbé kárí, la kó mọ́ra tí ò jẹ́ ká lè gbéra. So what we are doing is we're stripping things bare. We're removing so many things that are unnecessary. We're learning new things, and we're growing. Kò sẹ́ni tó perfect, kò sẹ́ni tó dáa tán. But ohun tó burú jù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé kó má work on yourself to get better. n tó burú jù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé kó o wà dogmatic, kó o má fẹ́ reconsider nǹkan, kó o má fẹ́ drop àwọn old knowledge and pick up new ones. N tó burú jù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé kó o má fẹ́ jẹ́ kí mind ẹ ṣe nǹkan tí a create ẹ̀ láti ṣe, which is to think. O ṣáà fẹ́ di àwọn nǹkan àtijọ́ yẹn, o ṣáà fẹ́ dì mọ́wọ́, òun ló fẹ́ máa fi gbé ayé. Nǹkan tó burú bẹ́ẹ̀ nìyẹn. Ìmọ̀ ju gbogbo ẹ̀dá lọ láyé. Knowledge, surpasses everyone. So ibikíbi tó bá ká ẹ mọ́, just admit pé ọmọ mo gbọ̀n side bí. Then sáré kọ́ nǹkan tó máa kọ́, gbéra kó dẹ̀ tó máa move. You don't struggle with knowledge. You don't do stronghead ibikíbi tí wọ́n bá ti call it out. All you need to do is just to, okay, no yawa, we fix that up and we move on again. Since I started, putting this into practice, opening my mouth, mo kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú can communicate through text or email or anything like that. Later, mo ní boldness láti lè ṣe face to face. But sometimes face to face yẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀ kì í parí dáadáa because gbogbo nǹkan dàrú, wá gbóná, gbogbo àdojúrú. Ọgbà tó yá, mo ń gbìyànjú láti lè, put my emotions in check and not allow myself to be derailed or to be sidetracked or to be riled up so much that I'll switch into a rage. So I'm still a work in progress. Mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ já sí náà ni, but mo mọ̀ pé this works because it will relieve you. Your mind will be clear. Ara tu ẹ, and then you don't build hatred towards other people. You're not scheming or plotting how to, harm the other person or how to shake fún padà. No, because only an eye for an eye will make the whole city go blind. Sẹ́ni tó máa lójúmọ́. So bọ̀ kan tó fọ́ ojú ẹ yẹn, tètè sọ fún wọn pé ibi tẹ́ ẹ̀ mú gi lọ yẹn dangerous, ibi yẹn dangerous, ẹ má fọ́ mi lójú. Má kàn sọ pé ṣé wọn ò rojú mi ni, màmá wò báyà lóun ò rojú mi ni. Tí gi yẹn á fi wọ̀ ọ́, ojú dẹ̀ rí ojú gbẹgẹ́, pop, ó ti lọ nìyẹn, ojú ti padà nìyẹn, ó ti close nìyẹn o. So kan tó ti gi yẹn bojú ẹ, ó yẹ kó tètè lè pariwo ẹ mú gi yẹn, ẹ jẹ́ mú gi yẹn gba side bí. Ẹ má mú gbáwájú mọ́ o, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mú lọ yẹn má tún padà wá sí side bí mọ́, ẹ má fọ́ mi lójú. Yes, kó lè lọ máa ṣe gi yẹn níbòmíì. Bọ̀ wá pé tó bá fọ́ mi lójú wàá rí tèmi náà máa ṣe fún ẹ, máa ti gi bojú ẹ kejì náà ni, but ìwọ náà ti fọ́jú náà. So why tó kúkú lójú méjèèjì, kò dẹ̀ jẹ́ kán mọ̀ pé o kì í ṣerú àwọn eré bẹ́ẹ̀. That is better than losing your eye and then planning to break their own eye in exchange. Many grown men and women are lashing out in suppressed anger from hurts that had been with them since childhood. So ṣe ráwọn ti childhood àti gbogbo kìíní ẹ̀, àwa la máa wò nísìnyí pé okay, mi ì rí nǹkan kan ṣe sáwọn kìíní látọjọ́ ẹ̀. Let me find a closure. Let them go. Ìgbà ìmọ̀ ni. Ojú dúdú, àwọn ẹ̀ tó ṣe fún mi náà wọn ò nímọ̀, èmi tán ṣe fún gan mi nímọ̀ láti lè gbára mi kalẹ̀. So let it go. Kò sí pé mò ń dì kiri mọ́, ó ní mi lára, ó ń bàgọ́ ara mi jẹ́. Tí n bá ti ráwọn yẹn ṣe, nínú mi á korò, ẹnu mi á korò, gbogbo ara mi á gbọ̀n. I can't allow these people to be living rent-free in my head. I need to just let it go. And then, discongest yourself and start a new life from now that you have, a better understanding of what anger is and how you can better use it for your own good. So ẹni tẹ́lòmíì build up anger yẹn against gan wọ́n ti kú. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tí yẹn filẹ̀ àtọmọ ọmọ tó filẹ̀ gan lẹ́ ń yarú lára wọn tí ò dẹ̀ necessary. Àwọn tó ṣẹ̀ gan ò sí mọ́, o ò dẹ̀ rí wọn bájà, o ò rẹ́san gbà lọ́dọ̀ wọn, and then o dẹ̀ ṣì ń carry bitterness yẹn kiri. Gbogbo ìrandíran tán filẹ̀ ló ń wá bó ṣe máa parun. No, ayé kọ́ yẹn. What you need to do is just to admit pé ìgbà ìmọ̀ ni. Ojú wọn dúdú tán ṣe fún mi nígbà yẹn gan ò mọ̀ better. Èmi náà tán ṣe fún òye mi ò mọ bí mo ṣe lè gbára mi lẹ̀ àìsàn tí mo gbára mi. So let's just move on. Àti kọ́ pé bí ìrìn àjò mi ṣe máa rí nìyẹn. And then now tí mo ti wá ní ìmọ̀, tí mo ti mọ̀ wípé okay, bí èèyàn ṣe ń gbé ayé rẹ̀, then I should not allow things like this, to happen to me anymore. And that's it. I learned a lesson almost late in life. Never sweep anything under the carpet. It builds resentment and bitterness. Benny, 100%. Try to iron things out rationally. If you need to show anger, go ahead, but master your emotions. So, perfect ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ sọ. But anger ti ṣiṣẹ́, anger ti jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé inú mi ò dùn sí nǹkan báyìí. So in tó kù nísìn is to master your emotions and then address that issue. Put your emotions in check when you are going to address that issue. Wọ́n ní pẹ̀lẹ́ lákọ ó lábo. Ẹni ẹ ti ṣe nǹkan tó máa ṣe, ìwọ ló fẹ́ kí kíní ẹ repeat ara ẹ̀ mọ́. A dẹ̀ máa mójú ajé kò ní sọnù. Lágbájá o, nǹkan báyìí. Bóyá ẹ̀mú ni. Mi ò like ẹ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, bóyá báyìí ni kẹjọ ṣe next time. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ nìyẹn. Kò fàjà. Ohun tó dáa, àsìkò tó dáa. You have to pick moment. Ẹlòmíì á lọ máa sọ nǹkan míì nígbà tó mọ̀ pé ẹni ẹgan ò sí ní the right mental state láti deal pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Àwa ló react sí ẹ bákan. No, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe làákàyè, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe nǹkan pẹ̀lú orí pípé. Gauge moment. Wọ́n ní there is time for everything. Ìgbà tọ́rọ̀ bá ṣe sọ dáadáa tó ripe fún èèyàn máa sọ. So pick right moment when you want to discuss issues with people. Pick the right moment. Use the right words. Use the right tone. Be assertive. And focus on what you want. Focus on your rights that you want to be respected. Focus on your territory that you want back. That's how to deal with it. Anger has warned you. Pé ní ọ̀dùn sí kíní o, má dákẹ́ o. Lọ deal pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ o. That's anger. Very quiet, very soft, very kind. Is a wise friend. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti rí kíní ẹ̀, ìwọ náà gbéra. Please, can I have a word? Àwọn ìbò tí ẹ máa ń ṣe dáadáa. Oh, please, can I have a word? Wọ́n á dẹ̀ ra pè sí corridor àbí wọ́n pè sí lù àbí nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n á dẹ̀ sọ tinú wọn fún ẹ. Wọ́n á dẹ̀ máa sọ fún ẹ repeatedly. I'm not mad at you. I'm just letting you know that I don't appreciate the way you spoke to me in that meeting. Nǹkan tó máa sọ fún ẹ nìyẹn. Ẹ wá rí pé báyìí o fẹ́ máa get defensive, o fẹ́ máa sọ pé o fẹ́ máa justify nǹkan tó ṣe nǹkan mẹ́rin. Wọ́n á dẹ̀ sọ fún ẹ pé I've told you my peace of mind and that's just all I want you to know. And they take their leave. So irú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn gan ìwọ gan àrò lẹ́lẹ́ẹ̀kejì kó tó tún ọ ru irú ìwà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn sí. Um, ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ kálẹ́ o, ó pẹ́ yín o, ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ o, ṣé wàá pa, ẹ kú àtàárọ̀. Thank you for connecting all the same. Tẹ́ ẹ bá dé bá much, you have to listen again from the start. Right, some people can deliberately obtuse and pretend that they don't know what you want. They will say, Shebi Lagbaja, and they're taking it for granted and they know it. Until you get angry, they will continue to trample on you. Yes, you are very, very correct. And in context, sọ yìí, ó máa mú mi refer sí a post that I read today from ẹ jẹ́ kí n from Auntie. Let me try and if I can get that post. I really agree with everything she wrote in that post. I agree 100% with everything she wrote in that post. Let me try and bring it up. Where is this? Yes. Auntie Folashade Osun, a no nonsense woman. And she wrote this. Some people are so lacking in social skills that they do not know what to say and what not to. I said it earlier. Àwọn kan wà, wọn ní làákàyè. Wọ́n mọ̀ pọ́rọ̀ kan láìsọ, wọ́n mọ̀ pé wà kan lèèyàn hù sáwọn èèyàn. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé nǹkan kan lèèyàn kì í ṣe. Wọ́n mojú wọn mọ́ra. And then she went further and said, it takes letting them know when they step out of line with your personal boundaries, even if they are close acquaintances or family. So it doesn't matter who they are. You have to let them know that wá o ti ń kọjá yìí o. Mi ìgbádùn nǹkan báyìí, o ti ń ṣe àwọn kan tó yẹ pé kò wá pa o. So do not take it on the chin and grit your teeth hoping they will get it. Some never would. I've said it earlier. Therefore, if I found kan tiẹ̀ mọ the right thing, wọ́n tún ní ṣe. Some will get it but silently dare you to react by insulting you and passing it off as a joke. So, for example, something happened. You see, daily I'm getting to like this Portable guy. It doesn't let things slide. So there is this popular promoter that went on his page and said, and put a post and tagged him and say, Sha, don't forget, Sha, don't miss your Dubai flight. And then Portable went mad, everybody go collect. You do anyhow, you collect. So Portable went hard on him and said, why are you coming on social media to say that? Is it you that brought me to London? You that went about telling people that if you bring me to London, I will run away. Now somebody else brought me to London, somebody else taking me to Dubai, and you are putting your mouth in my matter. Don't get involved. That is somebody that will not let anything slide. It will come public for you. And he keeps saying, man, they can't reap well. Don't let them see you finish. So hate him or love him, this is a guy that you give it to him, he give it to you back. Ìdààmú industry nìkan tó yẹ wọ́n ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì yẹn gangan nìyẹn. Because they are piece taker, they are advantage taker, they are people that will manipulate you, mess you up, bully you into one corner and ruin your career. But it's having none of it. He sack manager, sack DJ, sack record label, sack anybody, sackable. Anybody go collect. Publicly, no permanent friend, no permanent enemy. He's very assertive. He knows what he wants. And you give it to him, no matter how you try to make it seem like a joke, he knows you are directly hitting at him. It will come for you straight away. It doesn't like nonsense. So she said, do not let it pass because they will still do it again. And this is what happened. You allow them to get away with something, forget it, they are coming. Wọ́n máa sọ di regular ni. Tó wá dẹ̀ ti regular, control tó ti give, ó máa ń ṣòro gbà padà. Because nǹkan tó ti use mọ́, tó wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fẹ́ control ẹ̀, á dogun. Gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó ti allow, tó ti permit, ó ti wá ìbàjẹ́ yẹn ti wá dẹwù sí wọn lọ́rùn. Ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ló fẹ́ bọ̀. Àwọn máa struggle pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Ó jẹ́ pé ò ní jẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀ ti ẹ̀ pẹ́ rárá. Wà á máa yanjú ẹ̀ sharp bó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni. There are many reasons a person will deliberately insult you and mute it or give excuses for their behavior and still turn around to blame you for being overly sensitive. So àwọn kan máa sọ pé ẹ̀ ti pọ̀ jù. You are too this, you are too that. Kankan ẹ̀ ti pọ̀ jù, máa yé le, you are petty, you are this, you are that. One is manipulation. The other is control. If you let out how you feel about their behavior and they go passive-aggressive on you, they were never your friends anyway. They simply got used to disrespecting you. Walk away and never look back. It wasn't worth your time in the first place. Distance yourself from them and their rubbish. If you have to waste time educating supposedly mature functioning adults on what not to say, you have no need for their company. It doesn't matter for how long you have known them, walk away. Life is too short for nonsense or needless drama. That's it. Because I know after I've said all these things I'm saying, some people will still ask me, so tó bá ń bá wọn kan sọ, yẹ pé bó ṣe ń bá wọn sọ nicely yẹn náà wọn ò gbọ́, wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe kíní yẹn náà nìyẹn, òun ló ti gbọ́ yẹn o. Cut them off. Jẹ́ kán wà láàyè wọn. Kán máa ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ ṣe. Just fallacy. It's not your responsibility to train adults. Tó bá ti sọ fún wọn títí pé mo ò láìkan tó ń gbọ́, just let them be. Kán máa ṣe tiẹ̀ kó náà máa ṣe tiẹ̀. Because the normal thing ni pé tó bá ti pàkíyèsí èèyàn sí nǹkan, ó yẹ kán gbọ́, kán adjust. But tán bá ti continue tán adjust, tán fẹ́ pé ìwọ ni kó adapt sí nǹkan táwọn ṣe yẹn, then just kan fàlà sáàrin yín, ìjà kọ́ o. Kan fàlà sáàrin yín, Just distance yourself from them. Let them be. Kán máa ṣe tiwọn kí wọn náà dẹ̀ wà láàyè tiẹ̀. Jẹ́ kán mọ ibi tán lè jarun pádé. Because as adults, ó yẹ kí èèyàn mọ nǹkan tó tọ́ àti nǹkan tó yẹ. Ẹ̀bùn, you won the post. Yeah, I will tag you on the post now. Yes, I've tagged you on the post so you can read it. Very blunt and factual. And it's simple. So ní máa ní confrontation pẹ̀lú òní máa jà all the time, òní máa pariwo argue all this thing. No. Clarity àwa. And if you do this, also expect it from other people as well. You must respect other people's boundaries as well. You must respect how to talk to people as well. Nǹkan kan tí máa ń kọ́kọ́ kọ́ tí n bá pàdé èèyàn, mo máa ń kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ mọ ààyè mi lọ́dọ̀ ẹnìyẹn. Kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ni yóò fẹ́? Tí n bá ti mọ ohun tí yóò fẹ́, then mo mọ̀ pé gbogbo nǹkan yòókù mo lè ṣe. I adopt the same strategy when I'm dealing with my customers, especially those who don't know what they want on their first shop. I first of all ask them, what would they not wear? Because when you don't, you might not know what you want, but you know what you don't want. What color would you not wear? Mi ò lè wọ yellow. Mi ò dẹ̀ fẹ́ red náà. Style ńkọ́? Aṣọ nǹkan tó ń fẹ́. Tí n bá ti mọ tó ń fẹ́ yẹn, because a lè jókòó ká máa wá nǹkan tó ń fẹ́ long term ẹ̀ ní kúrò ń díẹ̀. Because gbogbo nǹkan tó bá rí ló máa dàbí nǹkan tó fẹ́. So just find out what they don't want. Once you know what they don't want, then you've given me that creative liberty to do every other thing. Even nǹkan tó lóòfẹ́ yẹn gan, mo tún lè dance around it. Mo tún lè dance around it. Because to break a law, you must first of all understand that law. So wàá tún wá ní break ẹ̀, wàá bend ẹ̀ ni. So that's the first thing I learned about anyone I'm dealing with. Tí n bá ti máa lájọṣepọ̀ pẹ̀lú èèyàn, mo máa ń kọ́kọ́ mọ tẹ́nìyàn fẹ́. I study it myself. Màá mọ àyè mi. Màá dẹ̀ lè fi control sí. Unfortunately, I hardly get people do the same or approach me the same. Until ìgbà tó bá di wàhálà. But now mi tí ẹ̀ wá jẹ́ ó di wàhálà mọ́. Màá sọ̀rọ̀ nínú ìsìn. Àbí kí n fi ṣe wàhù. Kán lè mọ̀ pé no, ó dà pé ni ò like kíni. So ẹni tó bá mojú nínú wọn, á get ẹ̀ sharply. Ẹni tí ò bá mojú tí ò mọ́ra, then á wá fẹnu sọ fún. But ignoring it or expecting them to get it, no, mo ti learn wípé some don't even know. And some know and they won't do it. Àwọn díẹ̀ ló mọ̀ tó dẹ̀ ń ṣe nǹkan tí wọ́n mọ̀. You know? So, yes, if he hadn't cried out, that's how they would have made him feature artist. Of course. On by yẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tán díẹ̀ ló kù. You know? On by. Kì í ṣe pé they would have they made him, you know, a featured artist in his own song. That's what they did. Ẹni tó dẹ̀ rò pé òun mú wá síta nǹkan mẹ́rin sọ fún pé ó tún là máa dá padà sínú trenches. Wọ́n fojú ẹ̀ rádaràda níbẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjọ́ ayé ẹ̀. Wọ́n sọ fún pé okay, má worry, àwọn máa accept. No, ọba yóò gbà ó. You know? Ó gbà ó. Ọba ti ba ayé ẹ̀jẹ̀ dìsìn. I'm telling you. Ṣé òun ló ní talent jù ni ó ń kọ́? Àwọn tó ní talent jù lọ́wọ́ àwọn ti kú. Many of them are gbóhùn wọn mọ́, wọ́n wà nínú bad contract wọ́n sign. Wọ́n wà nínú bad contract wọ́n sign. Some of them for 7 years, some of them for 8 years. Wọ́n ti bọ́ lóko ẹrú. Láti ilẹ̀ òun ò wo oko ẹrú rárá. Because ó ti mọ̀ bí industry yẹn ṣe rí. Nobody make nobody manage me, just leave me. Don't manage me, no help me o. Torí àwọn tẹ́ help lánàá. Àríbi tí wọ́n dé, àrí tí wọ́n dà. No help me. That is somebody that knows what he wants. That's somebody that is assertive. And if he's talking, you know, to these people, pariwo kò jà. A máa sọ ń tẹ́ ṣe ni. A dẹ̀ sọ fún yín, make una return my money o. Ẹ dáwọ́ mi padà o. That's how he's been living his life. So mo mọ̀ pé àwọn tó bá ní intention gan láti lọ ṣèkà fún gan or láti lọ rí ìpẹ̀ gan, àwọn gan wọ́n máa ronú ara wọn wò pé bọ̀bọ́ yìí tó bá lọ misstep lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ báyìí you go collect o. So everybody máa ṣọ́ra ẹ̀ láround ẹ̀ ni. So with that, ó ti fẹ́nu gbára ẹ̀ kalẹ̀. Akoi collect bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Akoi collect, everybody go collect o. Everybody go collect woto. So I hope we've learned something valuable tonight, and hopefully we can take this forward and start putting it into practice. It requires you to, change the way you view anger. Anger is not negative. It's not bad. It's rather positive. It's a wise friend you can have. It's gentle. It's kind. It's protecting your right and dignity. It's trying to call your attention to, where you have been taken for granted. And it's telling you to deal with it. Deal with it now. That's what anger is telling you. And in dealing with it, you now have to rein on your emotions. You don't let your emotion get out of control. You are gentle with it. You communicate well. You are assertive. You don't attack personality. You don't get violent. You focus on what the issue is. You set boundaries for yourself, how you want to be treated. You express your needs, what you want, what you expect. You demand for it. That is how you can have long-lasting peace. If you don't do this, then you are building up yourself for destruction, because you go into rage, you destroy things, they will destroy you. You damage things, they will damage you. You make enemies for yourself. You start hating people, and that is what is terrible. That is what is negative. That is what is bad. So let me put out the link. If we have anyone that wants to join me in the studio to add to what I've said or take away from it, we have 10 minutes. Káfí sọ yẹn, tàbá rí ẹnikẹ́ni tó fẹ́ join. Let's do that. Let's do that now. Yes, so the link is out. It's easy to join me. Just click on that, and then you join me in the studio. I'll see you at the back end, and I can bring you in. Contribution, questions, you don't agree with something or whatever, just put it out. Question, please. How do we explain the role of rage in Will Smith anger? All right. that was a loss of control over his emotions, right? And I mean, nǹkan tá a wò sí nìyẹn. But going forward and digging deep into things that are happening in their relationship, ó jẹ́ kó yé wa wípé ọwọ́ lọ́wọ́ Ísọ̀, ohùn lohùn Jákọ́bù. If you watch that clip again, ordinarily, Will Smith laughed at the joke, right? And everything seemed cool. But ìgbà tó máa fẹ̀gbẹ́ ojú wo madam, tó yẹ pé madam wò bákan bákan, tó yẹ pé madam ṣojú rẹ̀ bákan bákan, ló ṣe báyìí pé òun láti ṣe nǹkan kan, otherwise òun go collect tonight tóun bá délé o. That's why he stepped forward and he did what he did. So to me, I think it was just an afterthought to act as, a man. His initial reaction showed that, he was cool with it. Initial reaction showed that he was cool with it. But after, nobody pé pé madam wà happy o, pé madam wà happy o. Kílé dẹ̀ tó tún di ọ̀rọ̀ tá a máa ti lọ máa jókòó sọ lórí red table. Oh yeah, let me do something. So, nǹkan tẹ́mi rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, that's just my own opinion. It wasn't a spontaneous or immediate reaction to what happened. It was an afterthought. Òun nìkan ló dẹ̀ lè ṣàlàyé nǹkan tí tó rí tó fi padà change the mood there so quickly. So side ọ̀dọ̀ wọn yẹn wà complicated yẹn. Àwọn yẹn ò sí nínú relationship, situationship ni wọ́n wà. Situationship òun ni wọ́n wà, wọn sí nínú relationship. So tí wọ́n yẹn àwọn lóye. If bọ̀bọ́ yẹn ti ń ṣe tipẹ́ tó ń jẹ́ kó slide, then we can say what he displayed on that day was a rage, because over time ó ti build up. But gbọ́ wípé báyà wọ́n jẹ́ ọ̀tá ara wọn àbí wọ́n ti ń níra wọn sínú láti ilẹ̀. I think they were cool buddies. They were cool buddies. Ká ní wọ́n ti lọ bì kan ti sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀, ó ti ń fún wọn nìkan, wọ́n ti lọ bì kan ti sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀, ó ti ń ṣe nǹkan mẹ́rin ká tó wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rí àgbà sọ pé ó ti pẹ́, ó ti pile up, he couldn't take it anymore. But this was a one-off. The way the whole thing happened, to me, was an afterthought. And then madam tó torí ẹ̀já náà sìn ọdún ránṣẹ́. At the peak of your career, award tó ń win rí, bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ti ṣìwàwù. So àwọn lọ́yẹ̀, èmi kàn mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn sí relationship, situationship ni wọ́n wà. Right, 5 minutes gone. Ààrẹ ni tí tó fẹ́ join wa. So that means I have every right to call it a day tonight. For those who says they want my song that I usually play before the start of the show, please, is on YouTube. Just type Esopele Akinvogue and it will take you to the page, and then repeat. Right. Thank you everyone for joining me tonight. It's a pleasure having you guys around me, listening to, the nonsense I have to say, and, for your insightful contributions. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your presence here every week. Kò ní pọ̀ yín nìkan o, ní dánìkan ṣayé o. Àní di olódì ara wa o, èdè wa ò sì ní dàrú. Thank you very much. I appreciate every one of you. You have something to, work on in your walk towards perfection and your self-development effort, in your effort at becoming a better version of yourself. Here's something else that you can pick and work on. It does work. Start from where you can start from. Start from, maybe you are comfortable sending messages rather than, talking. When you get to a point where you can put your emotions in check, and, regardless of how they twist you and everything, you can, not get mad, then start talking, but just ensure that you don't let things slide. You don't sweep anything under the carpet, because that will build hatred and resentment towards other people. And that is not the right way to live, because you won't be happy. And before you get to that stage, listen to your wise friend, anger, and deal with whatever it is that he calls your attention to. Until I meet you again next week, Friday, remain blessed and God bless you. Odaro.
Esopele láyé gbà ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ká ṣe bí ẹni kú, káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni. Ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn, tẹrú tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni. Ọmọ aráyé abániwọ́rọ̀ bá òbí dání wọ́n. Ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀, orí ẹni ní pé kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong, cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ, bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe lọ́la òtọ́ láì bá dé, tread softly, dákun ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Kíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣẹ̀rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà àròṣà lọmọ aráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bònú kò jẹ́ àríkùn má ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó, ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá, wọ́n kì í lá tẹ̀jẹ̀. Alámọ̀ a ò mọ̀nú, ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe. Ṣọ́ra, ṣọ́ra. Pọ́sọ̀ fura, pọ́sọ̀ fìjọ́ sí iná. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tirẹ̀ látẹ̀lé ayé, kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ojú ti jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ látẹ̀lé ayé, kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ilẹ̀kùn bá ojú ti jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi tó ń bá lábẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, àgbà tó ti fi tó mọ̀ ọ́la yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Ojú ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni.